It's great that we have a college where you can set up a meeting with a member of the administration and have your voice heard, but that is not the most efficient way to affect change on campus that will represent the student body. The reasons for that are pretty obvious, I think. First off, one voice is not as strong as the voice of many. I don't need to explain that, that's self-evident, I think. And in addition to that, I've had meetings with members of the administration before, one-on-one meetings that I've set up. And those are not generally very effective. And how a conversation goes is one person makes their case, the other person responds. There really isn't one issue on this campus that one student knows more about than a member of the administration. So it's really hard to make a case one-on-one with a member of the administration. It's not that they don't care, they care very much, but that's just the nature of a one-on-one conversation. The next thing that SGA can do is have better follow-up and hold the administration accountable to listening to what we want to do through using a loud and public voice through the form of resolutions, through the circuit, through other methods, through publicizing meetings. And the other thing that SGA can do is represent the students as a whole. The Constitution for SGA says that we receive our authority from the student body. And I think it says a lot to be speaking on behalf of the student body with the authority of the student body. One student can't go on their own with the authority of the entire student body in the way that a resolution from SGA can, according to our Constitution. So where our authority comes from is absolutely central, and why it's obvious that we need to have a strong SGA. We need to have an SGA that is listened to by the administration and is used by the students, because I don't think that we have that right now. I do think that there have been many ways that SGA has grown positively this past year. Our name has gotten out more, or I say ours if I'm a member right now, but I'm not on SGA currently. Their name has gotten out more, but certain aspects have regressed, such as the representative aspect. I was taking a look at the minutes for the past year, and I took some notes for some of the meetings. And in first semester, you had the October 8th meeting, which just talked about her weekend and a few other things. October 22nd talked about homecoming, her weekend, spring formal, and dinner with the executive board. November 5th talked about even less, and it wasn't until November 19th that there was discussion of student concerns with the upcoming new dorm and stuff. So basically from September 24th till November 19th, SGA didn't talk about anything but event planning. People wonder why we're looked at as an event planning organization. It's because right now SGA is an event planning organization, and that needs to change so that students can use us and we can be a stronger voice than just one student voicing their concern in the form of a conversation. Thank you.
Just to address something that was in the question, what specifically about Student Government Association attracts you to this position, and how will you ensure that your voice stands above many? Something that I was ignorant of my freshman/sophomore year that sort of has dawned on me this year is that Benedictine has been claiming to be a family for a long time, and that's why I came here. And a family, there's parents and then children and then their kids and all the other things. I want to draw like one of those tree diagram things, but something that I think is really important to remember is with connecting students and administrators, it's a hierarchy. Dean Shankman has a life, has a family, so does President Minnis. They have other responsibilities. And so what I think that is really important is that the executive board should be the ones meeting with President Minnis, the deans, and other administrators regularly. And I think that oftentimes, people go into this, into exec board being a lot more enthusiastic and leave a lot more jaded. And so I think that something to mitigate the stress of SGA and like the exec board especially, is that there should be the professional structure of the college should be mimicked in the way that SGA is set up, and it is. But I think that something that is really important to me is that, thanks for that, is that each person on SGA, the senators, the representatives, etc., as far as the whole thing goes, is that they are mapped out like districts, like a normal political thing, is that they represent a certain part of the school, and I think that it's really important that we take the opportunity to say this person is responsible for this area and talking to these people, and I'll get into the accountability later, but I'm out of time.